Welcome back for another Ixalan Draft League. You'll forgive me for not posting over this last weekend. I've been busy with some other real life stuff, unfortunately, and haven't had quite as much time as I'd like to devote to Magic, so hopefully this will find you guys well, and I'll try and be a little bit more consistent going forward. We've opened up an interesting pack here. I do like Ruin Raider. I don't think it's an absolute bomb, though. Very, very good card, especially if you've got a pretty, low curve deck. If you can be aggressive and this draws you a couple of cards, you feel pretty good about it. I like Tempest Caller, probably not as much. River Herald's Boon is quite good if you are, if you're playing in Merfolk. Tishana's Wayfinder is also good there. There's actually a couple of good Merfolk cards. Pounce I've liked, but I think it comes around later. I think I'm just going to take the rare here. I think it is the highest power, although I think it's close. Tempest Caller could be very good in the right deck too. So it's interesting. When I look at Thematic Compass, it does not feel good to me, but I have heard it's pretty reasonable. It's a mana sink that finds lands for you at the end of the game, and then turns into a pretty powerful effect. The Maze of Ilth? Something, the old card that lets you untap attacking creatures that's a real payoff. What else do we have here? I'm not sure if it's a second pick worth card, but I've heard it's playable. Even if it doesn't look all that fantastic to me. Dark Nourishment's pretty good and is on color. I've been impressed with this card in general. Don't hate Raging Raptors, Grazing Riptail, Water Trap Weaver. I'm a little tempted to just take up the Pirate's Cutlass here. This card has been pretty impressive to me and I think fits into a lot of different decks. Quite good with pirates in general, which Ruin Raider doesn't have to play in to be good, but is a pirate. I do like Dark Nourishment though. I'm just going to take the removal here. This is instant speed. Can dome your opponent. It's pretty good. Okay. So another Pirate's Cutlass. There's also a Vanquish the Weak. Also another close pick, I think. Rigging Runner's a pretty powerful red card if you're going aggressive. I like staying on one color as long as we can here, though. So let's see. Do we like Vanquish the Weak or Pirate's Cutlass more? Vanquish League we played in pretty much any black deck we play, and Solo Pirate's Cutlass. I think I'm going to take Vanquish. I think that's a close pick, though. Which is funny, because early on in the format I was really, really low on Pirate's Cutlass, and I don't think that there's any way that I would have even considered that pick there. But I think it actually is close. Okay, some good red coming around, some good green too. I still think Vanquish the Weak is kind of on par with the rest of these cards, so I'm just going to keep picking up the solid cards here. Alright, well, we have less exciting stuff here. Deadeye Quartermaster is good if we get some of those Cutlasses back, although I don't think they're going to wheel. Especially because it's very possible that our opponent that we're passing to just picked up both of those and will not let me come back. So we'd have to get some in pack 3. I think that is the highest power card, though. There's also Sheltering Light, which I guess if we end up in Vampires is pretty good. I guess it's just good. It's just a different color direction. We saw some powerful red. I think it's probably between these two. I think these are the highest upside cards. I might just take the Sheltering Light here. Quartermaster is pretty good if you do end up with cards to go and fetch with it, but not impressive otherwise. Okay, this is kind of a late Skullduggery. This is good too. We are very, very light on creatures here, though, which I will have to keep in mind. I guess we can just be all control deck and keep our Ruin Raider alive with Sheltering Light and just win off of that. Probably not. So Fathom Fleet Cutthroat is pretty unexciting. It's okay. Not as good as Slash of Talons, but it is black, and we're less sure that we're white. I think I'm going to take Slash here, though. I think Fathom Fleet's pretty replaceable. I'm still not married to our white, though. That's a late Otepec Huntmaster. That's very, very good in Vampires. Otepec Huntmaster is a pretty good signal to slate. I think I'm going to pick it up over Storm Sculptor. I don't think Revel Enriches is really a thing, unfortunately. I'm not sure that this deck is available or open, but that's late there. And this may be a late Suncrown Hunters as well. It could just end up being sort of a black-red deck without a ton of synergy. Like, our cards so far definitely are not favoring dinosaurs, and black-red isn't really a dinosaur color. But on the other hand, ramping out like the Sun-Crowned Hunters early is pretty powerful. I think I would take the Cutthroat here, though. I think that was still a little bit speculative. I think we'll get more of those Raptors if we want them. Okay, Desperate Castaway is not bad. Still a little bit unhappy that we... I don't know. I maybe would have traded one of these Vanquish the Weeks for Cutlass if we could, but so it is. I guess there's an outside chance that Prying Blade makes the cut. I don't love this card, but not bad with Desperate Castaways, I guess. Okay, and I guess if we'd gone a different way, we could have had a fair amount of Dino Ramp. Don't love the Chalice. I guess we'll take Unknown Shores. Okay, I'm not unhappy with this, though. We picked up a fair number of solid black cards, and I'm not married to our second color, although we have a slight pull into white. But going into the second pack without a second color in mind is nice. Okay, Shapers of Nature I think is an absolute bomb. Every time I pass one of these I cringe a little bit. But Wanted Scoundrels is pretty good too. If your opponent can't deal with this, it just steals games. If they can deal with it, you cry. But we should even have some removal to take care of things too, so I don't think a Wanted Scoundrels first pick is bad. And Contract Killing too. Nothing else here that's dramatically better. I do like the Merfolk Branchwalker a lot. We saw some early Merfolk in the draft, so maybe in a different world we'd end up taking that and being happy. That's the third Breeding Runner we saw, but none of them came back around. They did go a little bit late, though. I think I saw one like 6th pick. But yeah, I think just Contract Killing. Again, as long as we can stay 5 or one color, I'm not unhappy with that. Don't think Ruthless Knave is super fantastic. You have a lot of things that inherently make Treasures nice. Desperate Castaways isn't great either, though, especially without a ton of cards to allow us to get on the beatdown. We could just take, like, Unfriendly Fire. It's probably the best card in the pack, although we have a lot of removal, including Dark Nourishment, which has a pretty good imitation of that if you want to go to the face. You just take, like, another Castaways. Castaways are good if we end up with Cutlasses, but I don't think we're going to see any Cutlasses. On the other hand, maybe there's one person at the table and they've already picked up 1 or 2. I guess we don't really have a ton of 3s yet. Maybe I'll take the Ruthless Knave. And I don't love this card, but it's not terrible. Oh wow, that's a really, really late Fathom Fleet Captain. I am super happy to pick this guy up. Yeah, whenever he attacks you, assuming you control another pirate, which I have a decent start of pirates, you get to make more pirates. So this card seems absurd. And pick him up. There's a Dire Fleet Captain. Reds felt maybe just a little lightly drafted. I just want another Vanquish the Week, though. This card is not absurd, but it is good. I think that Dire Fleet Captain is better in a dedicated Pirates deck, I guess. Maybe that's how I should be talking about it. March of the Drowned isn't bad either. It's really hard to pass up just solid removal, though, but I guess we already have 4. This is very good against some decks and pretty bad against others. It is just all on color, though. I think I am just going to take the Vanquish here. Okay, Grim Captain's Call, I don't think we really can do anything with. We don't have any dinosaurs. Don't think we have any vampires, although we may end up with a couple. Yeah, don't think that's great. There's another Sheltering Light. This is a pretty good card. Alternatively, if we end up being pirates more, we could pick up one of these guys, but they're not absurd. I think I'm going to take Sheltering Light. Gotta keep our Ruin Raider alive. That's the only way we're winning this games. I guess Dire Fleet Hoarder, not bad. Kind of worried that we just don't have enough ways to win the game. Like, we can kill a bunch of their things, but then we're left with a whole bunch of 2-drops. Not even all that aggressive 2-drops. That Fathom Fleet Captain was really nice, though. Okay. I think I'll take a Dire Fleet Interloper over the Ruthless Knave. I think these cards even get a little bit worse in multiples. And, I mean, it's a 3-2 for 3. Like, that's not a terrible rate. I think that's all it's going to be a lot of the time. Let's take that Interloper. Really wish I'd taken the Cutlass. Killing myself. Do we want a Vampire Zeal over another Desperate Castaways? I think we are leaning into white. So I think I'm going to pick that up here. We don't have to be even with this. We're very, very close to mono black. We've or black with 4 white tricks, all costing 1, which is kind of funny. But I think we might need a little bit more punch to get through, and that's something that adds a little bit of punch. It's a late Jade Guardian. I guess just Duress. I guess that's a sideboard card sometimes. If your opponent has a really, really great spell. But man, when Duress misses, it just feels miserable. I guess Encampment Keeper is not a terrible sideboard card once in a while. Don't hate Cobbled Wings. Yeah. Yeah, still some late red, but I think we're off that now. Alright. Desperate Castaways .deck. I guess they count as... Ooh. I think I'm taking March of the Drowned here. I think we have a couple of pretty powerful cards we'd like to be able to get back. Still definitely teetering on having not enough creatures here, though, too. Okay, so in our last pack, obviously we'd like to open up a Crazy Bomb. Ooh. Well, there we go. Is Burning Sun's avatar good enough to merit a shift into red after all this time? Someone did pick up the Dire Fleet Captain, is that right? There's so many different things. So many different Dire Fleet, Fathom Fleet Captain things. The 1 black, 1 red, 2-drop Orc Pirate guy. So that means there is someone else that at least is contemplating playing black-red, or there wasn't anything else in the pack and that was the best card, maybe. Bringson's avatar is a legitimate finisher, though. Better than all of our random white. It might be. Red's felt a little bit open all this time, so I think I'm going to take it. This is a little bit speculative, but what are we taking over this? Another Vanquish the Weak isn't great. Heartstopper's not great. I guess Legion's Judgment probably would be the pickup. Okay, Wanted Scoundrels. I think it's still better than Mark of the Vampire, although this deck I think needs Mark of the Vampire. We don't have a ton of creatures. I don't know. And Deathless Ancient's very, very good for not our deck. Overflowing Insight. I think it's the first time I've actually seen the art on this card. It's pretty sweet. I don't think it's anything we can afford to do, but it's pretty sweet. Don't love the 4th Vanquish of the Week. I guess we just take Deathless Ancient as a 4/4 flyer for 6. Sometimes that's going to be good enough, I guess. I'd really rather not play another Prying Blade. I think it'll come around. Yeah, I guess I'll take Deathless Ancient here. Call the Feast would be another call into white. Not much else here. Just take Stormfleet Pyromaster or a Sure Strike. I guess we lost kind of all of our tricks. Kind of want the Pyromancer, though. Alright. I think that's better than Vampire Zeal. Call the Feast. I really like our avatar, though. We're just light on, like, true win conditions, and I think that is a win condition. Okay. Interesting choice here. I don't think we're going to get a cut list at this point, which is a shame. I would much rather that over our 3rd Vanquish of the Week. I don't know, maybe people just don't pick these as highly as I do. It feels like it's pretty good a lot of the time. It ruins a lot of the like enchantment shenanigans people are trying to pull in this set, where they play a 2-drop and then like... oh man, I'm so bad with the card names. The blue enchantment that gives +2/+2 and flying. That you just Vanquish the Week, you win the game pretty much. Kind of like Deadeye Tormentor. Well, Seeker Squire is just a higher quality card, right? And I guess we maybe don't want to play all these Castaways if we can avoid it. Alright. We're light on 3s was my main thinking there. Well, man. Could have had 3 Sheltering Lights. Sheltering Lights, like, pretty legitimate, although you really want to have bigger threats to be able to throw it on, because, like, who's going to want to kill my Desperate Castaways? I guess it's pretty good in keeping Wanted Scoundrel alive. Yeah, I'm going to take the Suncrowned Hunters, though. Again, I think we just need a little bit more beef at our top end. And it's possible that we could swap colors. We're so heavy on black that maybe one opponent we can play one we can play the other. Okay, Dire Fleet Captain's just gotta be better than Skymarsh Bloodletter, right? If we can turn these guys on ever. It's gotta be though. Yeah. I guess Legion's Judgment, and maybe we'll just, yeah, have this black or white game plan depending on what we think is going on with our opponent. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm just way overvaluing this card. I feel like this is like borderline premium removal this late. Prying Blade, I guess. I think there's a decent chance we end up playing a couple of these just to try and turn on our Desperate Castaways, even though it's pretty bad. Do we want a Sure Strike? I guess we do. Over the alternative of nothing. That might be nice if we're playing the red version of this deck. We don't have a ton of combat tricks. I guess the reason to play white is if my opponent's got Legion's Judgment and a whole bunch of kill spells. I think our red is better, basically always, though. Alright, what are we cutting here? We end up with a decent number of creatures. Oh, can't actually sort them out quite yet. You'll have to wait just a moment. I guess we still have a couple of picks, even. They're just not picks I'm expecting a whole lot from. Light on 3s. 4 Vanquish the Weeks. I don't think we're going to play all of those. Those are so bad in some matchups. Do we even want 3? I'm not even sure we do. Maybe just 2. Man, that'd be so much better if one of those was a Cutlass. Oh well. We have a lot of 2s we maybe don't need to play the Desperate Castaways, and if we're not playing Desperate Ooh, Suncrown Hunters. It's another not bad one. I think I like it better than Hijack. These do like help finish off the game if you get a decent early start. Sometimes you just play a Suncrown Hunters and your opponent looks at their hand and it's like, I can't beat that. I'm just going to take 3 damage no matter what, and I can't deal with it. Yeah, let's take out all the Castaways. Let's sort by our, there we go, group creatures separately. Right now we're at 25. We do have a lot of top end as it is right now. Maybe we cut Deathless Ancient. Yeah, I mean, we don't have any way to bring it back, and Suncrown Hunters is probably better. Might depend on the matchup. If they can't deal with a flyer, the Deathless Ancient's better, but if they have, like, a kill spell or are more interactive, then Suncrown Hunters is probably stronger. I don't like the Prying Blades. We're going out of our way to not play the Desperate Castaways, which I don't think we have to. Cut those. So in that case, what do we play? Another Vanquish the Week? Deathless Ancient. 1 Desperate Castaways. Huntmaster is really good with 3 of our cards and terrible with all the others. I think realistically it's between these two. I just think Prying Blade is so low impact. Equipping for 2 is fairly expensive. If you make a treasure out of it, I guess it's pretty good, but you have to have it turn 1 and then swing on turn 3, I guess, and they can't have played anything by then. Yeah, that card just feels not very good. But I mean, like, Fathomfleet Captain might just steal games for us a fair amount. We've got some good top end. I think the deck came together decently well, especially considering how... I mean, I guess it was a good draft all around, but I want that Cutlass so bad. I think I'm going to start one more Vanquish the Week, and we meet sideboard in then Deathless Ancient if the time comes. And it's interesting to note that we can sideboard into white. Okay, most of our red is actually higher up in the curve, too. And we'll be able to play Direfleet Captain early on if we can, and Burning Sun's Avatar is 3 red. We don't have... I guess we have 2 ways we can make treasure. Although we'd rather not be using the Ruthless Knave just to make treasure willy-nilly. But maybe like 10-7 looks okay. We really do want to have black early. Okay, I think I like that. We're heavy on red at the top end. Double and triple red is unfortunate. But we don't need it until the late game anyway. So I think 10-7's okay. Let's go ahead and save, and I'll see you guys for match 1.